We're gonna walk through the brand new 366 piece mechanics hand tool set from Milwaukee. And as you can see, I've got some Packout accessories on the side just to give you some ideas and examples and share with you kind of how you could set this up for yourself. I think this is a great apprentice starters kit. As we walk through, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So let's just start at the top box here. And let's start with our top drawer. Get you a good angle here. So we've got 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. We've got some picks. Obviously, you've got some extensions in here, a breaker bar as well, some chrome swivels here, and then you've got some reducers and then expanders, I guess, or I don't know if they call them something else. And then we've got 1/2 inch, 3/8, and 1/4 inch in chrome anti-roll sockets, which if you've not used these actually work extremely well. The shallows go from 24 millimeters down to 10 millimeter, and then the deep wells go from 10 to 19, and then 3/8 goes from 6 to 19 millimeters, and 1/4 inch goes from 5 to 15 millimeters. Next, we have impact sockets, shallow in standard, and then you have standard Allens, metric Allens, and then you have metric shallow impact sockets from 7 millimeter to 21 millimeter. Looks like no skips minus 20 millimeters, and then 5/16 to 1 inch. And then you have a couple spark plug sockets in here as well. Next, we have standard chrome anti-roll sockets in 1/2 inch, 3/8, and 1/4 inch from 1/2 inch to 15/16 in deep well, and then 1/2 inch to 1/8 in shallow, in 1/2 inch, and then 1/4 inch to 7/8 and 3/8, and then 5/32 to 9/16 in 1/4 inch. I know that's a lot of numbers I'm spitting at you, and I apologize for that. Then you have non-ratcheting wrenches in metric from 22 millimeters down to 8 millimeters. It looks like no skips in there as well. And then you have 1/4 inch to 1 inch in standard non-ratcheting. Next, you have ratcheting metric wrenches from 8 millimeters up to 22 millimeters. And then the same thing, ratcheting standard wrenches from 1/4 inch to 20 or to 1 millimeter. 1 inch. It's a tongue twister there with all of the different sizes. Then in this one, we've got some screwdrivers. We've got some precision screwdrivers. We have a ratcheting screwdriver, couple pry bars, straight pry bar, smaller pry bar, and then a little bit bigger pry bar there. And then in here, we've got some hose picks. We've got smooth hose picks. We've got some wire strippers, a utility knife with a driver on the backside, which I didn't know that Milwaukee made, so I really like that. Little bit driver, super cool. And then we've got some needle nose pliers, long needle nose reach pliers, side cuts. I might have already said that. And then we've got adjustable wrench, and then we've got pliers, adjustable pliers, geez, I can't talk today. Vice grips, needle nose vice grips, etc. And then last drawer, dead blow, ball peen, metric and standard Allens, snap ring. These are the reversible ones, which are super cool. You can just do it all in one motion. A tape measure and a magic marker. And that is the 3 drawers there. Let me pan the camera up here. And then let me kind of show you. So I have the Packout knee pad, which is super cool. So obviously you could rock it like this and just put your knee pad on top there. And then on the side, I've got the hooks. So I'm just showing you an example. This is not how I'm gonna set mine up, but I just wanna share some ideas. We've got my scope leads here. Both are for my 4-channel lab scope. And then I've got just a multi-probe here. I've got an M12 battery holder underneath here, so you can add this and hold your extra M12 batteries that are charged up. So this is gonna be great for anybody that needs to be mobile around the shop. You don't have to be walking back and forth looking for, charged up batteries or whatnot. And then this is just like a small holder, and then it's got a metal bar on front. So I've got a couple magnetic can holders holding a can of brake clean, a couple magnetic flashlights, a battery holder holding some snap-on batteries for me because I don't just have Milwaukee tools. Then I've just got a couple pliers in here, but obviously you can put whatever you want down in there. It's just basically square holders there. And then we've got our M18 as well holders here. So same thing, just slide those up and you can store your M18 batteries on there. And last is just an open container. So I had my M12 Packout speaker down in here, and then my Packout coffee mug, thermos, whatever you want to call it. And then this is just a little icon bit set here that I just threw in there again, just for an idea. But hopefully that shares some ideas and shows you like what the potential is of these. Keep in mind, all of these drawers in here do not have to be ordered. So if you want to order this 4-drawer here and you want to put, you don't want to buy the non-ratcheting wrenches, which is probably what I would do. So if it were me, I wouldn't order these. I would just order these drawers here. I would just get the ratcheting wrenches, and then I would fill these 2 other drawers with something else. That'd be my personal preference. But again, everybody's gonna want something different. And when they first announced that, that was one of our biggest feedbacks was, you know, people need to be able to order this kind of how they want it, because every single person's gonna be working on different things. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think the total is gonna be around $4,000 loaded. Again, that's gonna be cheaper depending on what you put in here and don't put in here if you don't have certain drawers in here. I did the math. Working that out, it's 366 pieces. It's about $10.23 per piece. Obviously, the packouts are gonna be worth way more than that. Several of the tools in there are gonna be worth more than that. So you can kind of see how it starts to average out, because each packout I think sells for around 150 bucks. So you start minusing that out of the total, then you can start to see how the average drops for your sockets and bits and etc. So I think it's a great apprentice starter box, someone that needs to be mobile around the shop, etc., etc. So let me know what you think down in the comments.